The rishis of the Rig Veda focused first and foremost on kindling the mystic fire as the key to the reception and utilization of higher powers of consciousness. The altar for this flame is in the secret heart of the being, deep within, behind the physical organ, where the psychic being is primarily seated. The flame, however, needs to also work on the levels of the external being, the physical body, the vital being, and the mental nature. The psychic being exercises its influence as possible on these external parts of the nature to turn them towards the divine and to help them become receptive and ready to implement the soul's guidance and direction. For those individuals who seek to abandon the life of the world in favor of a spiritual quest, a transformation of the outer nature is not really required. But for those who want to embody the spiritual principle in their being and have it manifest through their actions, it is essential that these outer parts become open, receptive, and able to adapt to and express the spiritual impetus of the mystic fire. This fire then takes up its work in each part of the being, and depending on an individual's natural focus, capacity, and readiness, it may be something that enlivens the physical, the vital, or the mental aspect of the being. It is in this context that the mother points to the capacity for enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the force that moves an individual, that captures his attention and focus, and that evidences the divine flame working in the external being. Enthusiasm evidences the aspiration as it infuses itself into the outer nature. Sri Aurobindo observes in the Synthesis of Yoga, quote, "Our one objective must be the divine himself, to whom, knowingly or unknowingly, something always aspires in our secret nature." End quote. A disciple asks, "What is this something which aspires, sweet mother?" The mother writes, quote, "It is a part of the being which is not always the same in everyone, and which is instinctively open to the influence of the psychic. There is always one part, sometimes indeed quite veiled, of which we are not conscious, something in the being which is turned to the psychic and receiving its influence. This is the intermediary between the psychic consciousness and the external consciousness. It is not the same thing in everyone. In each one it is different. It is the point in his nature or character through which he can touch the psychic and where he can receive the psychic influence. It depends upon people, for each one is different. Everyone has a point like this. You may also feel that there are certain things which suddenly push you, lift you above yourself, open a kind of door upon something greater. It can be many things, and it depends upon each one's nature. It's the part of the being which enthuses over something. It is this capacity for enthusiasm." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Our Many Selves, Practical Yogic Psychology, Chapter 6, Some Answers and Explanations, pages 210 to 211.